Welcome back to Global Formula Apex, your number one source for the most explosive news and deepest insights in the world of Formula One. I'm your host, and today we have something so massive, so season-defining, that it is sending shockwaves from the Silverstone factory all the way to the FIA headquarters in Paris. We are talking about Lawrence Stroll, the billionaire powerhouse behind the Aston Martin F1 team, who has just broken his silence with a brutal, no-nonsense statement that is effectively a declaration of war on the rest of the grid. This isn't just your standard corporate PR talk, guys. This is a total shift in philosophy that changes everything we thought we knew about the 2026 regulations and the future of Fernando Alonso. When Lawrence Stroll speaks, the money moves, but when he speaks like this, the entire hierarchy of the sport starts to tremble. Is this the moment we look back on as the day Aston Martin officially became a championship-winning juggernaut, or has Stroll finally pushed his team over the edge of the abyss? Stick around, because we've got exclusive details on what was said behind closed doors and how it's going to dismantle the current Big Three dominance. Trust me, you do not want to miss the breakdown of the Stroll Ultimatum. To understand why this statement is so devastating, we have to look at the context of where Aston Martin is right now. We are sitting at the end of 2025, and let's be real, it's been a roller coaster of a transitional year. After that explosive start in 2023, where Alonso was popping champagne every other weekend, the team hit a bit of a development ceiling. While they've been building the most advanced wind tunnel in the world and a literal smart factory, at Silverstone, the results on track haven't quite mirrored the billion-dollar investment yet. You've seen the rumors, right? Paddock whispers about technical directors being under fire, questions about whether the Honda Works partnership for 2026 is actually on schedule, and of course, the constant noise surrounding Lance Stroll's seat. Lawrence has been quiet, watching from the bridge of his superyacht, waiting for the right moment to strike. He's been assembling a dream team that looks more like an Avengers lineup than an F1 technical department. We're talking about the arrival of the legendary Adrian Newey, the man who designs championship trophies in his sleep, and the former Mercedes engine guru Andy Cowell. The stakes couldn't be higher. Stroll didn't buy this team to be a best of the rest midfield player. He bought it to win, and he's clearly tired of waiting. But here is where things get truly intense. Around the paddock, the vibe has been one of wait and see. But Lawrence Stroll just threw that out the window. Now, you might think you know how this plays out. You might think it's just more talk about long-term projects and patience. But the official statements are only half the story. What my sources inside the paddock are saying is where the real bombshell is, and that's what we're breaking down right now. Lawrence Stroll didn't just ask for patience. He effectively told his entire organization and his rivals that the grace period is officially over. In a closed-door meeting that has since leaked through the grapevine, Stroll reportedly told his senior leadership that the 2025 results were a necessary sacrifice because he has authorized a total 100% pivot to the 2026 car effective immediately. But the brutal part, he's making it clear that if the Adrian Newey and Honda partnership doesn't deliver a winning car from race one of the new regulations, there will be no more safety nets for anyone involved. This is Lawrence Stroll removing the velvet gloves. He's done being the supportive benefactor. He is now the demanding conqueror. Let's look at the payoff of this announcement. The brutal statement is essentially a confirmation that Aston Martin has stopped developing the AMR 25 entirely to put every single cent and every man-hour into the 2026 Newey special. This is a massive gamble. While Ferrari and McLaren are still fighting for every point in the current championship, Stroll is gambling that by sacrificing the present, he can own the future. He stated that patience is a requirement, but excellence is an obligation. Think about what that means for a guy like Fernando Alonso. Alonso is 44 years old and he's not here to finish P8. This statement is a direct promise to him that he will have a rocket ship under him when the rules reset. But it's also a warning to the rest of the grid by bringing in Adrian Newey as the managing technical partner and now even moving him into a team principal role for the 2026 transition. Stroll is consolidating power in a way we haven't seen since the peak Schumacher-Ferrari era. He's building a works team, in the truest sense of the word. The reaction from the rival camps, it's pure anxiety. Red Bull is already reeling from losing Newey, and Mercedes knows exactly what Andy Cowell is capable of. If Aston Martin manages to marry Newey's aero genius with a Honda power unit that dominated the turbo hybrid era with Max Verstappen, we aren't just looking at a new winner, we're looking at a potential monopoly. Stroll's statement that we have everything we need, so there are no more excuses, puts a target on his own team's back, but it also signals to sponsors and the stock market that he is all in. He's essentially saying, I've built the house, I've hired the best chefs, now I expect the 5-star meal. The implications for the championship are clear. The 2026 season isn't going to be a three-way fight between Red Bull, Ferrari and McLaren. Lawrence Stroll has just forced Aston Martin into that conversation with a sledgehammer. So, what's the final takeaway? Lawrence Stroll has officially ended the honeymoon phase of Aston Martin. By admitting that they are focusing purely on the 2026 revolution and demanding immediate results from the greatest minds in the sport, he has set a benchmark that is either going to lead to a world title or a monumental collapse. My bold prediction, with Adrian Newey at the helm of the 2026 chassis and Honda's motivation to prove they can win without Red Bull, Aston Martin is going to come out of the gates in 2026 as the fastest car on the grid. They are following the 2014 Mercedes blueprint, sacrifice the now to dominate the forever. But I want to hear from you guys. Is Lawrence Stroll's win at all costs attitude exactly what the team needs, or is the pressure of his brutal statement going to cause the team to crack under the weight of expectation? Let me know your theories in the comments below. I read every single one of them. If you enjoyed this deep dive, do me a massive favor. Smash that like button, share this video with another F1 fanatic who needs to hear this, and make sure you're subscribed to Global Formula Apex for all the latest updates as we head into the most transformative era in F1 history. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.